Hi, I'm Max. Welcome to my vlog. So now I'm going to talk about applying for a job, whether you should disclose whether you're deaf or not. Some people are quite apprehensive about that and unsure what to do, whether you should note down whether you're deaf or not. People might be concerned that if you note down, then they wouldn't want you to work for them. Or some people are adamant that they'll put it down, because then they know what sort of support they'll need to put in place. They can organise perhaps an interpreter and so on. They can think about eye contact and lighting within the interview. Personally, I decided to note down that I'm deaf because I want support in place. If the panel was of hearing people, then I wouldn't be able to understand what they were all saying. So that's what I did say, so they could put an interpreter in place. So like I said, I noted that I was deaf. We're not saying you have to. It's your choice. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. It's your choice. So, in terms of the CV, you don't necessarily have to note down that you're deaf. But if they invite you along to the interview, you could tell them on your communication requirements, whether you need to be in a quiet room or so on. So you can inform them of that before the interview, if you want that sort of support. But if you're happy, if you're confident with speaking, then you can go ahead and do that. So with the interview in relation to the support that you need, maybe you just assume that you'll be completely fine. But if you really think about it, you might assume that you'll be fine, assuming that you'll need nothing at all. But if you really think about it, you might actually be more confident if you have an interpreter or so on. Or you might be more confident if you pre-warned them that you need to speak to them one at a time, or so on. So, that might make the interview smoother and better for you. So maybe you applied for a job, or you've got an interview, you've got a new job starting soon perhaps. It's important that you inform your employer of your needs, because they don't know who you are. So you need to inform them of that in terms of support. Then they'll know what your needs are. Perhaps they haven't met a deaf person before. Or if they have, they had a different experience, because they could speak or sign in a different way. So make sure that you inform them of your needs. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want any more information about job applications or what you should do, you can have a look at the website link below.